Hey, everybody, listen, welcome into the building. My apologies for yesterday. I was running errands. Things went haywire, so to speak. And then I didn't have the setup on my phone to kind of switch the time or switch the day of this recap. But listen, if you're here today, you're here today. We're going to do the recap regardless. Welcome into the building. And again, my apologies for yesterday. Hold on one second. Hey, hey. Look at
Hey,
you looking all good there. Huh?
it's been a
I
long
love
day.
it. Woo! Ooh. All right. So yesterday we had it was a lot of rain. I won't say it was like a storm, but it was a lot of rain. And I was running errands, and then I was like, "Oh my God, things got haywire!" And I was like,
Mm.
I couldn't even change the time on my phone. But anyway, we're here today. Okay.
It worked
So
out
those that were
perfectly. I
worried
wasn't
about
available
me,
yesterday anyway,
huh?
so I said it
What?
worked out perfectly. I wasn't available yesterday anyways,
Oh
and I hadn't watched the episode, so
yeah. So good. I'm glad you're here to hang out with me. Hey, Andrea. I see y'all. And thanks for checking on me, girlfriend. I appreciate it. So we're here. We about to do this. Let me tell you something about this. Hey, Juanita.
hey, Miss Juanita.
Can you hear us? I don't know if she can hear us, but okay. So
Oh,
you know what? This episode was so heartfelt.
yes.
Listen, they about to take me out, okay?
Listen,
Listen, hey everybody. Yes, thank you, y'all. Sorry about last night. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, 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 come in the building. And listen, as y'all come in, don't forget, hit that like button for me. Hit the like button for me. Yes, yes. So there, you know what though? I will say this. Not that I want her to be sick, and I think I kind of mentioned this before, but this was real reality TV. This
hmm
is what we want to see, like real situations, not the nonsense, not the plucking at each other for no reason, but real life scenarios that perhaps somebody might be going through, and you can help somebody out there. Oh, I'm going to talk about that. You know what? That might be my trending topics tomorrow. Um, can you imagine that people are that jealous of you? Um, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm gonna talk about it though. I will, because I can't imagine that your own friends could do this to you, that you trust enough that you went away with them. See, the
Wow.
thing is, you never know who really like is jealous of you.
Mm-mm.
That story is one of the saddest I have read in a very long time. I mean, you beat this girl to a pulp to the point where her neck is broken. I think they said the neck, the spine. I think. Did you hear about that story, Roy?
I did not. I was getting ready to Google search it now.
Yeah, Google search it. It's horrible. And yes, I will talk about it tomorrow.
I
Go ahead,
just I
Juanita.
just
Juanita,
I
go ahead.
just read I just read it and it's just awful. What kind of friends are those?
And then to have the nerve to come home to the parents' house and pretty much try to tell them that, your daughter's not here. She got alcohol poisoning. They
Yes.
some sick puppies.
They should put all of them in jail. All of them
Yeah,
should go to jail.
yeah, yeah.
I heard they can't find the woman that did it though. That she ran off to like New York or somewhere. Because it happened to a woman, the woman that died. I think she's from Charlotte, which is near me.
Uh-huh.
Me too. Oh my God.
It's very sad, but yes, we could talk about that. We'll talk all of that's what I'm talking about, Lisa. All of the people in the room, while that was going on, need to be in jail and like underneath the jail and not come out of the jail. I'm trying to tell you, then that it was just so sad. Frenemies, terrible. Hope that parents get justice. I hope the parents get justice too. So I mean, for those that don't know the story yet, look it up. pretty much a group of friends. They went away on vacation together. And I mean, only thing I could think of is, first of all, what they did to her, they had to have planned it, right? Um, I don't think it was just random. I don't think it was because there was an argument, whatever. I feel like they planned it. Beat her to a pulp. And I
Oh my
and I
goodness.
believe they said in the article that somebody was taping it
Oh
while it
my
was happening.
gosh.
I believe that. I have to read more into it. That's why I didn't want to do it. I didn't do like a story yet. But yes, that's what's wrong. We really have to believe people when they show who they are. Sad situation, messy measures. Yeah. Very sad. Very, very sad. I mean, this story is every website. You can't miss it today. Michelle, you're right. And when I read it, I kept reading it. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it, really. Sebastian, you said, remember Kanika Jenkins in 2017? No, remind me. You gotta remind me what happened with her. I don't remember. Some cricket. No way. There's a video out there. No,
There
there's
is a video out there. I just was when I was Google searching it, the video popped up on YouTube. Yeah,
so
this is
they should
horrible.
take that. They should take that down.
Yeah, I don't know if it goes directly to YouTube because I didn't click into the link because I'm not about
Right,
that life. But
right.
yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I know. Oh
wow.
Yeah.
yeah. It's it from the description of it. I wouldn't even want to see the
No,
video.
no,
Yeah, no.
beautiful young lady too. Yeah, I just Googled it. It's like it like wow, it's terrible. That's terrible. You never know how people feel about you. You never know how people truly feel about you. It's very
Mm.
sad. But see, you know what? But I don't want nobody to live the way I live. But I'm fortunate. I have two sisters. I have a brother. I got cousins, and I have some very good friends. And outside of that, I don't mess with too many people to be hanging in the streets with them like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
No.
me, Divas. That's me.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're not my family or
Yeah.
some close church member friends or whatever,
Mhm. Mhm.
then I'm not going anywhere. We're
No,
gonna
I'm
stay
good.
right here.
I'm good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, I'm not going anywhere out of the country with you
Oh
or
no.
on no
Mm.
cruise with you. No, I'm not doing that.
Let me
Um,
tell
um,
y'all, I had paid for a whole cruise and found out that there were some people that were coming, paid for the whole thing and backed out the week of,
I
literally,
ain't mad at
because I
you.
can't do it. I don't
Nope.
have time. I don't
Nope.
have time.
Nope, I'm
Mm-mm.
not mad at you. 19-year-old Kanika Jenkins was found inside yes, yes, I do remember that. Of the Crown Plaza. Yes, I do remember that. After attending a party and nobody knew anything. It was ridiculous. I do remember that.
Well,
Yeah, very sad. Go
you
ahead.
know you know what? Evil is real. It
Yeah,
really
Mm-hmm.
is.
That's true.
yeah. Yeah, these are people that she had trusted for years. Yeah. But can I tell you something? They said sometimes the enemy is right next to you.
Exactly.
Right? Yep.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
It
I
be
hate to
your
say
own
it.
people praying on your downfall. It be your
What?
own people praying on
What?
your downfall.
Yeah,
What's the saying that goes? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yep. And
yeah.
women are more likely to die at the hands of their boyfriend or husband than from anything else, which is really scary.
Which is very scary. Those them some they were definitely some demons. They were definitely some
Mm-mm.
demons. You got a chick that you knew for years that you're going on vacation with, and you gonna beat her down like that?
They must have been jealous of her or something about her. I mean, that's why these kids have to be careful. And I tell my grandsons and my nieces this all the time. Everybody who say they're your friend, they're not your friend.
No,
Hmm. That's
no.
a lot of the big issue nowadays. I think we have gotten to a place where we use the term friend very,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
very loosely,
Mm,
and we gotta reel that friend
right,
title back in because
right.
that's not something you just be giving out. That's just like
Mm-mm.
calling anybody your husband or anybody your wife.
Right,
yeah.
Reel that back in. Everybody is
right.
not your friend just because you're friendly with someone, just because y'all get along, just because you can kiki and hee hee and have a good time. That does not make somebody your friend. Mm-mm. A real friend will show themselves friendly at
I
all
used to
Yeah.
times.
laugh at my mom, and she used to say, "I have associates." people who I associate
There
with.
you go.
Yeah,
Now,
I
when I
mean,
got older, I understand.
but
Hmm.
can I tell you something in her case? Why would you think someone that hangs around with you for years
Right.
would do something like that? But little did she know, or sometimes we all brush things off. Little did she know they had some deep-seated jealousy on her. They really
Hmm.
Hmm.
did. And
And
I
I feel
mean,
like
go ahead. No, go ahead.
sometimes
Yeah,
but
that's
that
true.
inkling in you is like, oh, that
Yeah,
somebody said it when on the live we were talking about a couple of days ago. We got to get back to listening to that intuition. We got to get
Right.
back to listening to here and here. If you
Right.
You
ain't
you
here
really
and here, mm-mm.
you really do. And if somebody talks to you about, their other close friends, then that is a big sign. I just had a
Mhm.
friend that has been making fun of my YouTube channel, and I
mm,
thought we were friends, but then I found out that she's been making fun of it. So it's just, and I think that betrayal, probably when that woman was getting beat to death, it wasn't just the pain, but it was the betrayal,
Yeah.
yeah,
that was hitting her too.
And that's like something you would see on Lifetime. I mean, but this stuff
yes,
is real.
Mhm.
This stuff is
yes.
real.
You know what the problem is though too? It's like y'all did it in another country. Now her parents gotta go get her, but y'all they
Mm,
just
mm,
and then
mm,
y'all
mm,
left her there. Then y'all
If
left her
they
mm.
there.
released her body, if
Exactly. And
they
it's
released her body,
That's
and
because
true.
these countries are not releasing bodies any. Like, I mean, they've
Yep,
never really done it like that, anyways. But
yep,
now, since this pandemic and everything with the presidential election and everything, they really ain't doing nothing.
they don't
Mm-mm.
release
yeah,
bodies easily, and sometimes they be charging a lot of money for holding these bodies in the morgues.
yeah. Well, let me tell you, I'll tell you this real quick before we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. My girlfriend had a friend. And listen, like nothing was wrong with this girl body, but you know how once people get things in their head, they're going to do what they do. Saved up all of this money to go get a tummy tuck, whatever else she went to get. Went out to Mexico to get it,
Oh
right?
God.
And so all I could say is to keep the story short, she didn't make it back.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, yeah, all of the people, like not all of the people, but a lot of the people on that flight were going to do the same thing. So they became friends at not well, you understand what I'm saying. They became friendly with each other because they was all connected because they was going for that process. So they met on the flight, and then they have a van that come pick all of these people up. They take them. They do like an assembly line surgery, and
Wow.
then yeah, it's like, and then all of these people are like in the recovery room together. And so other people that did not know the girl called my girlfriend and was telling her pieces of what happened to her. So and they connected to her friends through Facebook or social media. So what they said was they kept hearing someone moaning because the only thing that was separating all of them was a curtain. So they said they kept hearing someone moaning, and she was moaning. And then, the story kind of gets twisted from there because some people said she was left there, that no, what happened was they said the doctor had already left, but the nurse, I'm guessing it was nurses. It was only nurses left there and whoever else to get these people through recovery. So, and then they didn't want to call 911.
Wow.
They didn't want to call 911. Either way, she didn't make it back. And wouldn't know, who knows what sketchiness happened after that. But she had a daughter. She had a
Mm.
daughter, a young daughter. Matter of fact, I think she had two kids. So it's like you went out there to get this procedure for what? For what? There's another young lady. When I remember her name, I'll tell you in another time, or I'll put it on my community page. There was this other young lady, and she was on Iyanla. If you ever watched Iyanla Van Zandt, where
Yeah.
she
Hmm.
said she was a plus size model, and for whatever reason, she just wanted a bigger butt. Well, she destroyed her whole
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Did you see that,
Hmm.
Roy? Do you know
I
which one I'm
did,
talking about?
yes. I do know what you're talking
Beautiful,
about. Beautiful girl.
beautiful.
She
Oh my
couldn't even
God.
sit right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
she couldn't even sit, and her body was wanting to touch her. Her butt was necrotic. That
Hmm.
whole
Mm-hmm.
whole family was gorgeous, and She
Yeah.
was just beautiful, and all because she wanted a big butt. And I'm just like, you know what? We, like you said it best, Royer. We got to go back to listening to our instinct, because
Mm-hmm.
you are correct. There's a person that I consider a very good friend, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Every now and then I get this little nudge, like, and like, why are you jealous? You got way more than me. So sometimes it's not even about what you have versus what they have.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
something in their
about you.
head
Right. Right.
that
They want to
has
be
them.
you. They want to
Yeah,
be you.
They want
yeah,
the peace that you have. They want the joy you have. They want to feel
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that inside happiness. There's a difference
Right.
between being inside happy and not having nothing versus having everything in the world. And not to say you don't have anything, but
no, I know what you
versus
mean.
having
Yeah,
everything in the world
yeah,
and having no kind of happiness on the inside. It's a huge
yeah.
difference.
And
And
see.
people will really be mad at you and will turn on you and will be jealous
Mm-hmm.
of you because of
Mm-hmm.
that internal happiness that you have. But that ain't something you can steal. You got to get that yourself.
Right. They're not
Yeah.
happy, and they don't want anybody else to be happy.
Right. Trust your gut. That's our theme for the night. Yes. Thank you, Leslie. You got to trust your
Hmm.
gut,
Yep.
because
That's
you know
right.
your gut it's not going to lead you wrong. It's
That's
not
right.
going
That's
to lead.
right.
That instinct is there for a reason. It's a God given gift, and we
Exactly.
need to start trusting it.
Trusting it.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's true. Okay. So let's do this to start this Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. I want to say this. Throw up prayers in the chat for Kimmy. All
Yes.
prayers for Kimmy. You know
Yes.
what?
Yes.
Just the fact that she is being so brave. I don't even know. I don't know if I could be doing this in front of the world.
Mhm.
But you know what? The fact that she is, give it up to her. And see,
Mm-hmm.
again, I go back to, this is reality TV. She's not making stuff up. This is what's going on really in her life. And she got the strength to say, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do it. And if I thank you guys, you're beautiful. Yes, yes. They said, when the Bible says, when two and three come together in my name. Now we ain't trying to
Yes.
have
I'll
church
be in the
tonight,
Come
middle.
on
but
now.
I'm just
Don't do
trying
it,
to say,
Jesus.
right? He said, you know, they speaking and show it shall be. So we want to do prayers to Kimmy. I love, you know, we watch these shows, and you know, it's my pastime. I love it, but we can learn from them. And this is our give back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. We pray that Kimmy gets through this, you know, that she beats this, and that
Mm-hmm.
all goes well with all of her treatment and all the doctors that's touching her, and this chemo, and if she has to go through radiation.
Yes.
Our heart
Yes.
is with Kimmy, right, David? This is a real story that she is sharing with the world. Come on, Michelle. Yes, it is, right? And you know what? And cancer itself is just nasty. Um, we don't know where this thing comes from. Is brutal, and the amount of females that have to deal with breast cancer is just overwhelming, right? So
Mm-hmm.
prayers to Kimmy. So I mean, I felt this was a good episode because a lot of realness for me came out
Right.
in this episode, right? So
Hmm.
listen, let me tell you something. Destiny needs therapy, intense therapy. And I think we said it before. They're
Something's wrong
closing
with her.
out, right? Something is. They're closing out this party at Stormy's house. And you know what? Stormy has me on a roller coaster ride. Okay. She got me in tug of war. One minute I'm feeling her, the next minute I'm not. And it's no in between. It's either I'm feeling her or I'm not. This girl, she got it in her, but she still got that other side in her too, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
the fact that she gave them those canvas beauty products, her business, in that nice box as a parting gift, I said, this girl know how to do her thing, because
Mm-hmm.
that's how you promote your business, right? She got it out there, right on, right, nice and easy on the camera. She wasn't doing a Kathy Hilton every second talk about tequila, tequila, tequila. Okay,
Right.
she wasn't doing a Kathy Hilton, but she gave them a nice parting gift, and it was her canvas beauty products. I mean, I love her for that. But then she got that ghetto side. You know, I was trying not to say it, but we gotta call it what it is. We gotta call it what it is, right?
We gonna
She
look.
got
We
that
gonna give it
ghetto
the candy
side,
in the phaedra, the bougetto, the
the
bougetto.
Bugatti. She got the Bugatti side, okay? And that's the part where I just can't deal with her. But you know what? That's why I'm like here, there. So on that note, let's keep Stormy and see how this thing goes. Yes, Destiny needs shock therapy, okay? And she needs a lobotomy. She needs that evil part of her brain just cut out. And let's see if we can start over with her. She's just messy. And she doesn't know how to deal with her hurt and her pain. And my thing is that I get it. There's more people than you know that have been through some stuff in their childhood, but they're not showing up as an adult blaming everything on their childhood. They
Right.
get their life together. And that's what we're gonna need Destiny to do. I get it, maybe Destiny, and I don't know her whole story with her parents, right? But okay, Destiny, maybe your mother wasn't there. Maybe your father wasn't there. Maybe your grandmother, grandfather, I don't know, sister, brother, I don't care. Maybe they wasn't there. But guess what, Destiny? You're an adult now, and now you have a child. Do better.
Hmm.
Do better.
And
And go ahead, talk.
and how are you going to invite somebody else to something somebody invited you to their home? How are you going to, without even asking? I mean, you're just going to bring a pop-up guest to someone else's home without notifying them. That's just rude.
No, it's rude. You know what? We need to get her the Martha Stewart etiquette book.
Yes.
Okay, Google an etiquette book out there. Guys, that's what we got to get. Destiny. Okay, there's etiquette to this thing. You text, and now you don't even got to call nobody. You could text them. You text
Hmm.
the host and be like, "Look, my cousin in town. I don't know. Make up a story. Okay, my cousin hungry. My cousin hungry. Can she come with me to this event? Because I know you make good food, so you throw a little compliment in there, right? I know you make
Hmm.
good food. I've been telling her about your chicken. Can I bring my cousin with me? That's all. But you don't show up with your cousin and you didn't ask. Okay,
Right.
that's not what you do. Okay. So what else happened? So and then what I did like is Mel and Kimmy, kind of hugged and kind of spoke
Hmm.
outside, and that's
That
why
was
I said
sweet.
this whole episode was heartfelt, and I was here for it. So what did you think about the end of the party? I'm gonna go around. Her giving out this canvas beauty box, and just Mel and Kimmy having their moment. Roy, yeah, I'll start with you.
I kind of feel the same way about you as Stormy. I feel Stormy is just kind of so all over the place. She's trying to figure out where she fits in, where she doesn't fit in, what she can do, what she shouldn't do. And I feel like her gifts are to kind of, um, I don't know what the word is. It's like, I'm going to give this to you to kind of almost apologize if something has happened. Because it's just like, I feel like she's just always giving gifts to be in good grace. And I don't like that. I feel like,
Well, you know what? Well, hold on. Let me just throw this in there, Roy, and I'm gonna let you finish. There's this book called Love Language. I didn't read the whole thing,
mm,
but they say some people love language is giving gifts.
giving. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think that's Stormy's love language, right? Like she liked to give. Now let me say to you, on the flip side, do I think Stormy is a good person? I do. She just, what's that word you said?
Bujetta.
Bughetto.
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 She
Ghetto.
just Bughetto.
Yeah.
She just bougie ghetto.
Bougie and
Okay.
ghetto.
Yes, she is. And so, but sometimes, well, most of the time, from what we see, the ghetto overrides the bougie. Okay,
Right. Right.
and we know that she's smart because you don't amass a business on that level without some intelligence. But we still gonna need her to get it all the way together. But go ahead, continue.
It's the street smarts. That's what it is. That's why
Yeah.
business is so together. She got that street smart. But I thought the ending of the dinner was very well. The gift was very nice, black, simple, gold writing. Loved it. I loved that Melanie is staying true to herself, checking on Kimmy. I feel like that is one relationship that Melanie does have that doesn't waver. I feel like her and Kimmy, they understand each other. They stay on their wave. When they off they wave, they off. But when they on they wave, they are on. And I love the support. I thought it was very inappropriate as well, Miss Juanita, how Destiny brought her cousin.
Hmm.
Destiny is, in my opinion, someone else so that needs to get off of TV because there's so many issues that we have.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
can't
Hmm.
even like they were saying at the dinner, you were so
Right.
over whatever at
Right.
your opening that you couldn't even, they couldn't even have
Acknowledge.
conversation with you. They
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even do nothing. You were just so shut down because of whatever. Destiny's got some growing to do, but overall I thought the dinner was excellent. I didn't like how Stormy was like, are you sure you want to share? If I tell you I don't want to share something, don't ask me in front of
Yeah.
everybody if I want
Right.
to share. You don't know
Right.
what I'm going through. So I thought that kind of bothered me a little bit. But other than that, overall, great dinner. I wish we would have been, at an actual table. I didn't like the sit down whole thing. It was just very weird. But, Stormy is Stormy.
Yeah, they have these now, these party planners that they do these nice little, it's like a semi picnic type of situation, but they got a bunch of pillows and those tables that's near the ground. But I already rated that table scene. So we won't backtrack. Yeah, thank you, Gloria. It was a negative for me. Juanita, what do you want to add? What do you want to say about this scene?
Well, I first of all, Destiny is just she she needs to take a break from TV and get
Hmm.
herself together. She
Yeah.
really do. Um, and I like the fact that Melanie noticed right off the bat, but she wouldn't say anything, that something was going on with Kimmy. Now
Yeah.
that's what you call a real true friend, somebody
Yes,
who
true.
know
True.
you inside and out.
Hmm.
And I like the way that she pulled her to the side and talked to her. She didn't do it in front of everybody. She
Exactly.
did it respectfully. And then when Kimmy told her, she didn't want to share it, Melanie respected that.
Hmm.
Let her know, hey, when you want to talk, we'll talk. So overall, well, with Stormy, you can take the girl out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the girl.
Well, come on now. Come on now.
The best way
Come
to
on
say
now.
it.
Come on now. So wait, Doctor of Love. Let me say this. No, listen. We're gonna get to this scene, but when we get to it, we'll talk more. But I'm not a big Marsau fan, but we got to keep it 100.
Hmm.
What he said about Dr. Francis was spot on and 100% true. But we'll get there. Sebastian, what did you think about the end of this party in that scene?
It showed immaturity. I personally don't like Destiny. She needs to go. Okay, I don't
Mhm.
know what Carlos King still has her on this show for. It's not like she really brings anything. She needs to go. And that's really that much. I don't really have that much to say about that scene.
Okay. So let's go to this next scene where Marceau and Tisa, right? He really tried to get romantic, and he had a little picnic in the house because it was raining outside. I'm gonna give him A+ for that. I'll
Hmm.
give him a, he's trying to step up the game or whatever this
Right.
situation may be, right? And so he said, listen, I'm gonna work on this because I love you. And I'm paraphrasing, guys. I'm gonna work on this. I love you. I'll go to counseling, but what I ain't going to do is go to Dr. Francis no more. Okay, Dr.
Hmm.
Francis don't like the men. Okay, this is what
Hmm.
Marceau said, not me. Okay, I didn't say this. This is what Marceau said. He said that Dr. Francis does not like the men's. That every time the man speak, Dr. Francis shuts them down. Okay, he said
Hmm.
that, and I did say this too. He said that Dr. Francis was extra hard on Tiffany and Big Lou. Okay,
Hmm.
and he said, I don't want nobody perfect trying to tell me how to be. Okay, Dr. Francis knows everything and nobody else doesn't know anything. So if you want me to continue to go to counseling, you're going to have to find somebody outside of Dr. Francis. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth 100%. Like I said, I ain't the biggest Marceau fan, but he got that spot on. Dr. Francis is team too much. Dr. Francis was not being neutral with Tiffany and Big Lou when they went to that whole couples therapy. And Dr. Francis does know it all. And listen, when anybody want to counsel you and they want to act like your relationship has to come over the way you feed yourself, I can't be laying in the bed all day with my mate because somebody got to pay for this roof over our head. we
Mm-hmm.
have to go to work. And now when I get home from work, we gonna do what we do. But I can't be missing work and putting work on the back burner because the lights will be out. You won't have no
Mm-hmm.
chicken on the table. So Dr. Francis was being extra. Marsau was correct in this situation. And Tisha tells him how she's gonna have this period party for the children, okay, for the kids, for the girls, okay, for the girls. She's gonna have this period party, and that's pretty much what happened between those two. But I will say this: give it up. I know we got our issues with Marcel, but for this particular moment, in this particular scene, can we give it up for Marcel? Was
He
he right
did a
about
good.
Dr. Francis? Go
He did.
ahead.
He was on point. And I'm not a Marceau fan either, but I love the way that he set out the picnic for his wife.
Right.
That was really nice.
Oh wait, hold on, Dr. Love. You said Twitter ate him alive for that Facebook.
Oh,
Well, good thing I ain't on Twitter, because I mean I was agreeing with that. Go ahead, Roya. What did you think? Oh, wait, how about say he gets an F for manipulated Tisha to go back?
oh,
And that is how I feel. He is
Wait,
trying to
okay, let me
manipulate.
finish this. To not go back to Dr. Francis and photo. You said for the lunch.
now you.
Lunchables are great.
Well, he had me fooled, y'all.
Oh, God. Listen, Juanita, me too. Now, see, come on, high vibe. Come on now. The
Hey, but that's something to think about.
That is right.
Lunchables with grapes. Oh my God, I cannot do this right now. Oh my God, come on now. Now, I ain't the biggest fans of them. Tiffany and Louis needed it. Go ahead, boy. Yeah, what was you gonna say?
Um, I agree. A F for Marcel because he's just trying to manipulate Tisha into finding a new therapist that can agree with everything he say and get on Tisha. Marcel don't like anybody that read him for his rights and tell him the truth. That's all Dr. Francis be doing is telling him the truth when it comes to Tisha and Marcel. We all know that ain't no good deed going on with Marcel in any relationship. Let's just be clear. But we will give him his little pitter patters for the little inside picnic, I guess. You know, if you
With the
hearing her
Lunchables. With the
with
Lunchables.
the Lunchables and the grapes, I was just like, I really, I struggle with their relationship. I
Mhm.
struggle to see the authenticity that he gives Tisha. I feel like Tisha is very authentic when it comes to Marceau. But when it
Yeah.
comes to Marceau being authentic with Tisha, it's just kind of you get what I get and whatever it is, it is. That's just like when he was in the confessionals. He was like, the kids are gone, I don't know where they're at. That's her job, like, or her department. What you mean that's her department, sir? You helped to bring these kids just as much as she did. Like, come on. And isn't she running their business full time now? So you can jump in and help. But like I said, we'll give him his little pitter patters for the little picnic, little wins as well. Mm.
Oh, okay, Sebastian. Did you not are you not giving it up for Marcel, or am I getting bamboozled? Go ahead.
No, I'm not giving up for Marcel because we don't know. We still need to do some research about that baby outside.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm not
Wonder
giving
what
up for
episode
Marcel.
that's gonna be on.
Wait, hold on. Evelyn said, I think they should have separate therapists because Dr. Francis is his wife therapist, and so he's always going to be team wife. Okay, come on, Evelyn. Can we tell some truth here? They do need a couple therapists that don't know the. Come on, Evelyn. That's all we're trying to do here, so it could be fair. Well, Evelyn, thank you, thank you. That's all myself was trying to say. But go ahead, finish up, Sebastian.
I'm not giving it up. That's all I have to say. I don't know why you're trying to give it up, but I'm not. I really am. I'm not even gonna give him a letter grade. That's how much I'm not giving it up.
Well, Flip said I'm sticking up for him. Tisha don't think things through when Marcel talking to her. She just
Now he does gaslight her a lot.
oh, oh my God, y'all killing
Oh
me
my
tonight. I
God.
cannot do this. Okay, she she
See, the
listen.
people
She
see
thought
it.
it through. She was like she understood. She gotta respect her husband. Okay, Marcel was trying to go back to Africa. See, y'all wrong. He don't need Dr. Francis wrecking his flow. See, you know what? I cannot do this with y'all.
Give him the credit for the grace. Okay. You get your
Oh
grace.
my God.
You're better.
Oh my God. Yes, no, the period party was great for the girls. The period party definitely was great for the girls. Yes, we're gonna get to that. He's a narcissist. Listen, I don't disagree. He's all of that, right? He's all of that, guys. And don't forget to hit the like button. Um, oh, Sin, if somebody's deleting them, it's not me. It's not too many of us out in the chat tonight. I don't know how your things would be getting deleted. Um, bamboozled. I got bamboozled. I wish the period party was planned. We're going to talk about the period party when we get there because I got questions for the nutritionist, but we'll get there. Okay, the nutritionist needed a nutritionist, but I'm not judging.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
he's talking tonight. Come on now, stop.
Where's your corner tissue? Your corner tissue.
I gotta get my Candace Atkins. Okay, y'all gotta stop. We just got started here. Okay, we
Oh
just
my
got
God.
started here. But okay, so now we go to who we go. Oh, Kimmi and Maurice. Kimmi and Maurice. They're driving in the car. This is the closest I think I've seen Kimmi and Maurice. Okay, this is the
Mhm.
time where I'm not seeing him be a jerk. Right,
Right.
he's actually being a husband. The husband he signed up to be. So, okay, y'all didn't want to give it up for Marceau, but I thought he was speaking facts and he had the nice picnic. But y'all want to tell me his Lunchables. Okay, fine, I'll accept that. Okay, so, but we got to at least give it up to Maurice. Can we
No,
give
we
it up to
don't.
Maurice?
No, we
He
don't.
went and stole the
We
kid's
don't need
snack
to
out
give
the
it up for her.
refrigerator and put it on the carpet.
He got the kids' Lunchables, Royer. He took the kids' Lunchables.
He took the kids' Lunchables and they snack grapes for school.
They was gone. They was gone. So they need to.
Tisha to have to go out and buy some more Lunchables and more grapes because he done took up her snack for the kids.
Oh my God. I cannot with y'all. Hold on. Give it up for Maurice,
No,
please.
we don't.
Okay.
We don't need to give it up for Maurice. No,
Yes,
Oh,
we
yes.
have to give it up for
yes.
Maurice.
I have to disagree with you, Sebastian.
Listen,
That's
he's
right,
doing his
Juanita.
job. He's supposed to be doing that. I don't know why we got to give it up for him for that.
That's what
Because
you
let me
call a
tell
good
you something.
husband.
Go ahead, Juanita.
That's a good husband. I
Yes, it
mean,
is.
he realized that he has made mistakes and all,
Yep.
but when it all boiled down through sickness and in health, he's letting her know that he's going to be right there by her side. And
Yep.
that's from me. I'm old school, and I agree with that. I love that.
I loved it too.
And
You know
I
what,
agree with
sexy?
you.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
agree with you too, Miss Juanita, and I agree with you, Diva. Sebastian, I'm gonna have to disagree because there are a whole lot of
That's what I'm
married
gonna
people in
say.
this world who got so much going on with their
Right.
spouses, and their spouses are not there to support them at
Exactly.
all. I
Yep.
have
I
heard people
understand your
dying
point.
on their deathbed, and their
I
Yep.
I
spouses
understand your
still
point.
didn't come and check on them. So we got to give it up to him. I feel like this is a push for Maurice. Maurice is not an emotional type of person. Neither is
Mm-hmm.
Kimmi. So the
Yep.
fact that they are having to come together to be emotionally
Yep.
supportive for each other, and they are
Yep.
actually doing it. You can even tell. Like I love the way he was holding her hand.
Yes.
Even though she's not a touchy feely
Mm-hmm.
type of person, you can tell that she needs these moments right now to really keep her calm and to keep her in a good positive mindset, and
Yep.
he is doing the job very well.
Yes, he
We
is.
See,
giving it up. We
Yeah,
giving
Yes,
we
it
giving
up.
it
yes,
up. We
most
giving it up.
definitely.
And the fact, and he prayed in that car. He prayed in that car.
Yes,
I
he
said, "Come
did.
on, Maurice. Come on,
I
Maurice.
didn't even know
This
Maurice knew
is
how to
what
pray.
I'm talking
Well,
about."
see, y'all know Maurice used to be a minister in his last marriage, way back in the day.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Oh listen. All I can say is just give it up to him. And you know what? She was nervous. He was nervous too. And what I was going to say, sexy mama. Um, you know what? When you have situations like this, people start to have nervous talk, right? Because you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what to say. So you going on your way to the hospital and she's getting because he was like they have to cut you for the biopsy, like he doesn't know, it's nervous questions, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
care about his nervous questions. You know why? He's there, he's
And
Mm-hmm.
taking
he
her,
asking, he's
and he
caring.
asking and he talking to her. And listen, he had me at the prayer once again. Give it up for Maurice.
Yes,
Come on
yes,
now.
yes.
And did that prayer on the TV.
Girl,
And you
yes,
know what?
yes.
Thank you to the editors for not cutting it out. Come
Exactly,
on.
exactly.
This was a good look. This is see, y'all just mean we still keeping a good eye on Maurice.
That's all right. You better keep your good eye on them. Just keep your good one on them. Just keep on watching them. Because even in the confessionals, I
Y'all
love
know,
how
right?
Kimmy, she
Yes,
talked about, she believes in Jesus
yes,
and
she
Jesus
does.
Yes.
takes care of her and he's
Yep,
going
Yep.
to
that's
carry
what she
her through
said.
this. I'm probably a little ahead of myself, but I love the way that Kimmy, and as we have said, got on TV and
Mm-hmm.
actually talked about this because she could have decided not to. And
Yep.
Right.
rightfully so. I would have been okay with it because I couldn't do something like this on TV. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do it in real
Mm-hmm.
life, let alone on TV.
She
But
had
the
me in
fact that
tears.
yes, the fact that she took the selfish side out of it
Yep.
and was allowing herself to be displayed on TV. Like you said, Diva, this is what reality TV is
Yep.
about. This is what we need to get back to because this is
Mm-hmm.
going to be a testimony for somebody. Somebody is watching this and they are
Yep.
going through this. And they are
Mm-hmm.
saying if Kimmy can do it, if she can get on TV and do it, anybody can. I can do
And
this. I just
I'll tell you why it's
hats
near
off
and
to
dear.
her.
The reason why it's near and dear to me because I was diagnosed with breast cancer in March. They caught it early. They said it was like little grains of salt. And I had the biopsy and it came back. And then I had the surgery. And I had the surgery on a Tuesday. And the doctor called me back on Friday. And he said, Miss Leonard, you know what? You don't have nothing to worry about. Everything's
Mm,
good.
mm,
thank you, God.
So that's
yeah,
why
amen.
I
God
was in
bless you,
tears
Anita.
with her with that. And I just really think God put us here to be testimonies to others. And
Yes.
Kim is going to get through this
Yes, she
because
is.
Mhm.
because that's what I kept saying when they kept saying that I had my I had my mammogram. She kept saying I had cancer. I said, oh, no, they just got me mixed up with somebody else. My sister said I was in denial, but I was sticking to my faith.
Yeah.
So I understand Kimmy and share her stories, share it with the world, and I admire
Mm-hmm.
her for that.
I do too. And so, Dr. Love, what I noticed with Kimmy is they have a Mediport in her. And it's
Yes.
right here, it's right, I'm bad with left and right, but it's over there above like her chest area.
I
And
saw
so
that.
what they do with those Mediports, so when the patient won't have to constantly get stuck with needles, especially she probably must be when she was filming that piece, she must have maybe already started chemo or was about
Mhm.
to start it, and that's
Mhm.
why they put that Mediport in there. So that means that every time you come to the hospital, they don't have to stick you
Mhm.
to get a line in you. It's that thing is a beautiful thing when you have that Mediport in you because they just put the needle in there and boom, that's your line every time you come.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
they implant it underneath your skin. Um, all I can say is God bless Kimmy. I'm loving
Yes.
her for doing
Yes.
this and
Yes.
sharing
Yes.
this
And
with the world. Go ahead.
I imagine that is probably even more scary for her because I believe, like you, Diva, she's a nurse as
She's
well.
a nurse.
So
Mhm.
she
Yes.
already knows, the ins and
Mhm.
outs. And I feel like when you know more, it just messes with you even more in your
And what did
mind,
she
because
say?
in
Did
your
she say she
mind
was
you
a
already
stage
know.
two? She
Stage
said she
She
was
two.
said
stage
stage
two.
two. She said
Okay.
stage two. Yeah, she said stage two. Okay, so let's get to we gotta do this Destiny and this photo shoot.
Oh, Big
Destiny
Bird.
gives me you listen, guys. Y'all remember that movie way back when Single? I think it was called Single White Female. Remember, it was the roommate. It's a very very old movie. The roommate was jealous of the one roommate was jealous of the other roommate. You
Yeah.
gotta Google the movie.
She
Google the
tried to
movie,
steal her
right?
identity.
Yeah, she tried to steal her identity. That's what Destiny is giving me, right? Because when they did the flashback of Mel having on the yellow dress for her single or whatever it was, now
Mm-hmm.
here Destiny pumping out her single and she has a yellow dress on with feathers. She's scaring me. I think she wants to be Melody,
She
but I
does.
also think that she truly 100% misses the friendship that they had.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell, and in that moment was for them two. It was sad for me, right? It was
Mm-hmm.
sad because they did have a nice friendship. They kind of went through a similar thing together, and I think that Destiny is really she's not really mad at Melody. She's mad at the fact that they are no longer the way that they used to be. And Destiny does not know how to express her feelings. She's like a little kid that throws a tantrum and expects to get their way. Yeah, Destiny feathers were falling off. Destiny was a hot mess. Maurice was a pastor or minister before he moved to Huntsville. All I can say to that is wow. Destiny looked like a teeny weeny bird, like a Tweety Bird. Do y'all remember Tweety Bird?
No,
But
she
yeah,
looked like Big Bird.
Big Bird. Yeah. Yes, she knows she's messed up. Yeah, she's more hurt. She's hurt. She's hurt. Yeah. Me too. I'm so sick of Destiny Tracy behind talk about what happened to her marriage. Yeah, she's messy. She's messy. But what did you think about this scene and how Destiny just came out and said, "You know, you love me, Mel," and how they was just both sitting there. It's sad, but in real life, some friendships end up going that way. You were good friends with somebody. Sometimes something happened and it ain't even really nothing, but y'all never the same again. Warrior, what do you think about this? And do you think that they should try to mend their friendship?
Um, I'm trying to figure out where to start. Um, I don't think, as of right now, they should mend their friendship.
Okay.
My reasoning behind that, it was very ironic to me the way Destiny or said to me, "You know, you love me." Destiny is searching for love. She's yearning for love. She's longing for someone to give that love and attention that she never had. She reminds
Yeah.
me a lot of Kenya when Kenya first came on, trying to figure out, where she belonged, herself, her life. And I feel like Destiny came fresh out of a marriage. She's got a baby. I feel like she probably experienced some depression and things like that after
Mm.
the
Mm-hmm.
pregnancy. And then on top of that, the falling out of her marriage, allegedly this relationship of not having with her mom, her dad, and all of that. Destiny just has so much going on. She desires
Hmm.
love, she desires attention, she desires to be wanted. And Melanie cannot give that to her because, as Melanie stated, she is in a place where she's worried about me. I'm
Hmm.
okay with being with me. I'm working on me. And
Right.
that's, if anything, Melanie can help, can direct Destiny in the place of working on you and beginning to figure out your life. Because, like
Hmm.
you said, it's giving copycat. Monkey see, monkey do is what it's
Yeah.
giving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not cute. It's not cute. Mm-mm. But I'm
Yeah.
glad that Mel showed up to support. I'm glad that Mel, is trying. I did think it was a little shady, in my opinion, that she did not respond to when Destiny texted her asking, "Do we have an issue?" So, if that is true, at least she did put it out there to ask. Now, because you did not respond, Mel, that is on you. So you cannot blame Destiny for that.
Right.
But Destiny's got some work to do on herself. That's the only thing
Mhm.
we can ever say about her because she's just so not
Yeah.
present.
Yeah, high vibe, you're right. She looked depressed and lost. I feel sorry for her. I
Mhm.
do feel sorry for her in a way, but you know what though? I think Roya, you hit the nail on the head.
Exactly.
Um, she needs to be off this TV. I
Mhm.
get that you may need to check, but maybe you gotta go to Walmart or Target or something. I don't know. Cause that way you could get a discount on the formula and the diapers for the baby. But being on Love and Marriage Huntsville is not it because it's not helping you and it's going to have more people attacking you
Mhm.
because you're in front of the TV and you're open to be spoken about.
Mhm.
So it is what it is, but I think she does need to come on TV. I did see a lot of pain in that scene and that she
Mhm.
was really missing Melody's friendship. But on the flip side, you're missing it, but then you get in your confessional and you the shade queen. Like
Right.
you like, oh, I don't know, I don't how do I feel about her coming to my photo shoot? You should have said, you know what? Just simply say, you know what? It was great having her there. I love her and I miss her and I wish we could get back to moments like that. They need to hire me. I'm gonna help them do their confessionals right and get their life together. Sexy mama, it's too early for them to get back. Okay, time apart may bring them back together, but their friendship will never be the same. Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree with you. Sebastian, what do you want to say about that scene?
I agree with that comment that you last showed by Sexy Mommy 60. I'd say
Hmm.
she, it was spot on. I don't like. First of all, I feel like when we first got introduced by Destiny, we all looked at Mel as if she were the bad guy in the whole friendship. And as
Yeah.
we're looking at it now, we all see that it's
Hmm.
Destiny who's the bad guy in this whole thing. And everything that she's going through right now, karma's a B, and it's
Hmm.
biting her hard right now. So, as you said, she does not need to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Hmm.
She could get a job at Target, TJ Maxx, or Walmart.
Something, right?
The girl.
Mhm.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. And you know what, high vibe, you're right, right? Focus her energy on her business. Yes, she's sitting on the gold mine because now these products, I mean, Pete, they flying off the shelves.
Mhm.
Everybody wants the hair growth serum, you know, those products to grow your hair. They
Kenya
sell like
Moore.
hot
Yeah.
can you more hair? They sell like hotcakes. She's sitting on a gold mine and she absolutely yeah, she has a lot of pride. Pride is gonna be the death of her. Seriously.
But you
Pride is
know what I
definitely gonna
think?
be the death of
I
her.
I
Huh?
really think I really think she's jealous because how Melanie is blossoming after
Yeah.
her divorce. She really want to be Melanie, and she
Yeah, she
really wants
does.
to be friend. She want to be friends with Melanie, but her pride's getting in the way of apologizing because Melanie was good with her, was good to her when
Yeah,
she
she
was
was.
down. When she
She was
and she, go ahead, Diva.
no, I'm sorry. She was more than good to her, right? Because I know people that are close to people that won't even and know that they starving and broke and won't give them a dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Melody gave that chick a lot of money.
I'm one of those
Mm-hmm.
people who wouldn't give no one a dollar.
See, that's what I'm saying. And Melanie just knowing that she needed it
She
gave
did
it
it.
to her. You know, some
And
people
she knew what she was going through.
yeah, there you go, right? Some people they when they're down and out, they feel so ashamed and embarrassed. They don't want to ask anybody, right? And so Melody didn't even wait so she can have to humble herself to ask. Melody knew and just told her check your cash app and check this, check that, and just left this girl the money. Do you know what type of friend that is?
Mm-hmm.
That
That's
friend
a
is
true
every
friend.
what? And so what people have to understand in friendships too, and this is just in life. There's some things that people do, you just got to give a pass. All right, so she didn't text me back, whatever, but she did give me this money. So you understand what I mean? Like you got to balance things out. You can't just get a couple of bad things and then throw the friend in the trash, right? And forget all the good stuff that she did for you. Um, Destiny is definitely one of those friends that you got to give too much energy to.
Exactly.
Um,
Hmm.
I
and,
can't.
She
and
is a quad.
she will drain you. She will drain you. And
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so she would drain you because she needs to love herself.
Right.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all
Yes.
feel like and I just kind of I've been thinking about this. Do you feel like a lot of the reason that or something to do with it of Destiny and Melanie falling out has to do with Stormy coming into the picture and coming on the show and kind of being Melanie's ace boon coon?
I think
That
I
has
think
something to do with it, I
Yeah,
think.
I was going to say that. I think Stormy has something to do with it too. And see, Stormy could stand on her own 2 feet. Stormy don't need anything from Melody, so she's not going to suck energy out of Melody. Where sometimes, so it's a mixture. Everything is going into the pot when it comes to Destiny, right? With
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for Melody, Melody's going through her own thing. So, girl, I'm going through my own thing. I can throw what I can your way, but I can't even give you much because I don't have much myself either. So if
Right.
you want to suck me dry, Destiny, then I'm over here like a shriveled up raisin. Who's going to help me? So
Exactly.
Destiny is the type of person that you got to keep pouring into her, pouring into her, pouring into her. And she never turns around and pour just a sprinkle on you. And
Mm-mm.
Mm.
and people can't take that. She needs help. I mean, you said it best, Royer.
She did.
She needs a moment off the show. Right. Not because we just don't want to see her, because she needs help
Mm.
healing, and it's not going to happen on the show. And if Dr. Francis get a hold of her, she'll be worse off. But go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She needs an Ayama. I feel like mm, Destiny is just so. She reminds me of a child. It's like she's stuck in somewhere in her childhood that she just can't
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
get out of.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't come too aggressive because if you come too aggressive, she shuts down completely. And
Exactly.
you can't come too soft because then if you come too soft, I don't feel like she takes it serious. So, and I feel like she has the potential to be such an awesome woman because she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She has a brain on her,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can't really name a lot of qualities because I don't feel like we get to see a lot of them because she's just
Well, we
so
saw a
stuck
little
in this
fun
rut.
side of her, right? We saw a little
Mm-hmm.
fun side of her when Melanie did come over and she was kind of joking and playing with Melanie and told Melanie to like get in the picture. Um, you saw the friendship what it used to be when she came at
Hmm.
the photo shoot. But like I said, she killed all of that when
Mm-hmm.
she went and said in the confessional like she still hates Melody. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, are y'all joking or playing?
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Yeah, oh God, sin. You said broken and broke.
Mm.
That's a
Oh
good.
my God, what a
That's a
combination.
good one.
Well, okay. Well, that's that. Let's move past this photo shoot and let's go to, the period party. Now, let me tell you something. Absolutely amazing idea, right? This period party. And I
Hmm.
think that there should be more sessions like these with
Mm-hmm.
boys and girls. And I'm not talking about a period party for the boys, but sessions like this with the boys to
Mm-hmm.
talk about different things that they're going to go through.
Right.
Oftentimes, I think when we're raising children, you think about all of these things that females need and they're given to them. But let's talk about and have parties or events with just the boys and let them know what they're going to need and the different things they're going to go through, especially like when their hormones are really kicking in and
Mm-hmm.
so forth and so on. So I did appreciate the party. They had, like I said, they had the nutritionist there, and let me tell you, I do believe what she said about the food, because at the end of the day, all of this processed food, that's part of the stuff that's taking us out and down for the count. Okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we do need to knock it off with the processed foods, and do better. But I would have personally, and this is no shade to the nutritionist, again, when you're seeking help or when you're trying to help people, you want the person that most likely helped themselves first to be presented before you. And the nutritionist needed some nutritional help herself. but God bless her. So that's all I have to say about her. So you know, when Maurice and Kimmy kind of stopped by, that again was another scene that was like,
Oh
whoa,
yes. Mm-hmm.
because she told Lisa, she said, I got bad news. When we was watching the game, I found a lump in my breast, actually two lumps. They already said it was cancerous. She said in her confessional that she got that the test was positive June 22nd, 2022. Okay. And she said it's triple negative breast cancer, the most aggressive form. I mean, I was like,
Ooh,
okay, Kimmy, you're taking me out here, right?
yeah.
Stage 2, but the good thing is that they caught it early. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much what Kimmy said. And then Kimmy, she brought that little pouch there for Tisha's daughter. I mean, because she
That
was
was so
scheduled to
nice.
be, that was
Mm-hmm.
so nice, right? Because she was scheduled to be, to participate in the event, with them and the daughter. But she was like, listen, I can't stay. That's why I'm here. I just came to tell you everything that's going on. It was a lot. It was a lot. And let me tell you this about Tisha. She's another one where I flip and flop over the fence with her, but I think the core of her I really do like. I really
Mm-hmm.
do like the core of her, because she's a the pouch was precious. Yes, it was. Um, I think that Tisha's a good person. I think that when it comes to her and her husband, I do know a few females where whatever their husband say is the gospel, and I be giving their husband a side eye, but that ain't none of my business, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I would never say what I would and wouldn't believe to them, because that's your husband, that's your boo, that's your relationship. But if it was me, but see, that's why God ain't let it be me. So that's them. So I do like though about T says that he could be as messy as he want, but she does try her best to respect Marsau, um, in spite of it all. So she is that type of wife. Um, is he trying to get better? It seems that way. Do I hope he's really getting better? I really, really do in terms of Marcel. But that scene with Maurice, um, Kimmy, and Tisha, very heartfelt. And I'm gonna shut up. And Roya, what did you think about that scene?
Wow. That powerful. That's the best way I can describe it. The love, the comfort, the endurance, the strength, the compassion. It was all there in that scene. This is what I watch reality TV for. This is what I,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see. And I
Yeah.
hate that it has to be this situation,
Right.
but this is what we're here for. We
Yeah.
love to see the real, raw
Right.
side of what real life is. This is real life. That other
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
stuff, and I love me some Married to Medicine, my Dr. Heavenly, hey, y'all. But all the other stuff, that's drama, trash, BS. This
Yeah.
right here, this is where it counts the most and it matters the most.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
love the fact that Tisha, she she wouldn't even let Kimmy get it out. It was the automatic hug. This is my sister.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Yeah.
your back. I ain't calling you. I'm pulling up because I already know you're not gonna call me.
Yeah.
It was
Mm-hmm.
the support and the
Mm-hmm.
just the strength as a sister-in-law, as a friend, as a castmate. I just loved it. Maurice there, holding Kimmy up. The fact that Kimmy even had the thought to still come and to bring her gift for Tisha's daughter. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the compassion, the love. It is there, and I really pray that this puts the Scots and the rest of the cast members on the show into perspective of
Mm-hmm.
what love and marriage really is, and
Mm-hmm.
that we can
Mm.
come out on the other side of this seeing all of the marriages better, just
Mm-hmm.
from not just this instance, but everything that we've seen this far this season. Um, Hats off. I just yes, that scene
Yeah.
was
I
everything.
definitely,
That was one
definitely
of the best
so.
scenes. The
Yes, it
period
was.
party.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the period party. I just
You know what? Let me tell you something. You do. I had a lot of friends that theirs came on at school. They wasn't ready. They wasn't prepared. They didn't have anything. So, and then it just comes out of nowhere. It's not like you get a date and it says, "Oh, don't be prepared
You
because
ready?
on
Mm-hmm.
March 13th at 2
Mm-hmm.
p.m. she gonna stop by."
Right.
Okay? It
Right.
don't work like that. You
Mm-hmm.
just minding your business, you just being your little girl self, and then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden you look down, you say, "Oh my God, what just happened?" Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
was that about? Okay? Then you run,
Mm-hmm.
you lucky if it happened while you was at home.
Right.
So
Right.
I think it was great. It's great to have these particular things because listen, everybody's not even being raised by their mom.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
There are young girls being raised by their dad. There
Mm-hmm.
are young girls being raised by Nana and them. There are all kinds of there are young girls that are in group homes. I don't know
Right.
if anybody know about these group homes. These group
Mm-hmm.
homes,
Mm-hmm.
they're brutal. Some of them I can't say all, I don't want to say all, but a
Not
lot of these
all, but
group homes
most.
is a little brutal. So
Right.
there's all type of situations in which young ladies and young men are being raised in, and they're trying to help each other. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing that I think is better than from my day, now you can Google your whole life.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can Google your whole life. Something red just came out. What is going on with me? And it'd be like, oh, 10 things will pop up. Maybe it's your period. Maybe it's this.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is your period, go get it will tell you to the T
What to
everything you
do?
need to do and
Mm-hmm.
go get. But when I
Mm-hmm.
was growing up, no, it was like if you didn't know something, your friend told you. But that
Mm-hmm.
don't mean your friend had the facts and the truth. And
Right.
that's what you had to go by, right? So
I have a question for you, Diva.
yes, of course.
Okay, actually, this is not a question. You should do a PSA on like when's the right age to tell your daughter, or well, yeah, your daughter when these changes are gonna happen, because maybe that's what a lot of parents, they don't know when to say it. That's why they just wait. When it happens, it happens.
Well, you know what, parents a lot of times with a lot of things, like when do you talk about sex? When do you talk about this? When you talk about that? Some
Yeah, I
people,
was gonna say that.
you just don't know when to talk about it. I have like, I have way back when I did an interview, but I know the family on my channel where, they adopted both their children. And she was like pretty much the minute she could really think about it, she kept saying, you didn't come out my belly, or this, or just giving little clues that they were adopted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, because that's another thing too, it's like if you adopt a kid, when do you tell them? When do you tell
Oh
Mm-hmm.
them?
my gosh, it's horrible because I have grown people that come into my office trying to get their birth certificates,
Yep.
and I have to tell certain people you're adopted,
Yeah.
and they don't
Mm-hmm.
know. And these are
Yep.
grown, like
Right.
40, 50 people year old, and their parents never told them, and they are really upset
And that's
about it.
wrong. That's
It
wrong.
is. It is horrible.
it,
Yeah,
it
but
is wrong and it's horrible, but you know what? Time literally, when you have kids, the first thing most people will tell you, right? Most parents that tell a new parent is enjoy it every moment because it go by so fast, like the blink of an
Yes.
eye.
Yes.
I literally could remember bringing my son home from the hospital, and now he's 17. And
Mm-hmm.
I literally could
oh,
see all the little things. I could see it like it was yesterday. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my God, he's 17. He's about to drive. Like, you're like, how did this happen? Where did the time go?
Right.
So I think that we just live our life. And the next thing you know, the kid is 5, the kid is 7, the kid is 10. And
And
it's like, oh
they're
my God,
grown.
how do
Mm-hmm.
I tell them now? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
because I
why
never had to talk.
huh?
Never. I never had to talk.
Me neither.
Never.
See, a
Well,
My
the
lot
thing
of
my
is,
people
mom.
haven't, Roy here.
I
I
had to
went to
give
Catholic
credit to.
school.
I had to give my mom credit because when my sister and I was 9 and 10, she sat down and talked to us about it. And my mom was
Yeah.
straightforward. I mean, she said she didn't want us to be the way that she was because her mama died when she was young, and she was raised by an auntie who, was mean to him and just didn't talk. And she
Mm.
said back in that time, you didn't talk about stuff like that. You just like you say, whatever happened happens. And
Mm.
if it happened at that time, then they tell you what to do and you go on. They didn't
Yeah.
talk about sex or anything like that. So my mom said she didn't want us to be ignorant to the fact, and she wanted to talk to us while we were young.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Diva,
That is good.
I grew up in a Caribbean household and I went to Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
So the talk never happened. But like in school, that's where I got the
That's
talk.
what you got.
I got the talk in school, not in
Wow.
home. I got the talk in school. This happened in I got to talk twice actually because since it was Catholic school, I got to talk in science and I got to talk in religion.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. One, the teacher, our religion teacher, was just like, guys and girls, do not engage in anything. Do not engage in once you are 12, once you are 12 or 13, because that's where like both guys and girls they start going through their things at like 12 and 13.
Yep.
Do
Yep.
not engage in anything. And then they started saying the kingdom will be yours if you don't engage in anything before marriage. Don't.
Yeah, no, they did. I went to a mix of Catholic school and public school, right? And I'm gonna be very honest with you. Most of my stuff now, my parents, my mom had to sign because when they about to talk about it in school, they first send a permission slip home to your
Yeah.
parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
parents have to sign it. And if your parents don't sign it, that day you get separated from those that can learn the lesson and those
Mhm.
that cannot. And
Mhm.
then it was another separation. The girls got separated from the boys, right?
Yeah.
And then there
Mhm.
was a part where the girls and the boys came back together.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
we
Mm-hmm.
giggled and laughed a lot because we was young
I was
and
about
we
to
Right.
saw
say.
movies, but the movies wasn't anything explicit and they showed pictures, but the pictures were literally, it was like figures of
Yes.
a
Yes.
female and a figure of a male, right?
Mhm.
And literally, it would have an arrow pointing to the male. This is the penis. This is the woman's vagina. And like, and they would tell you like how the reproductive and the baby. Now, this was the part where they freaked the mess out of you. They would tell you, they would have a long discussion on STDs, right? But
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
discussion on everything else, the blink of an eye was over. And then it was this long discussion on STDs, right? And then that's when they would end with, don't have sex until you get married. And then that was our education, okay?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Mhm.
so it was crazy. And then you would get from different friends because every school, I don't care if it's the 1900s, and I don't care if it's 20,227. You're always going to have a fast person in the class. That's what we
Oh
called it back
yeah.
in my
Oh
days,
yeah.
Oh
right?
yes.
Fast.
We
Yes. Miss Fassy.
we used to
Miss
bet on
Fast.
who'd be the first.
Yeah, you always gotta have a fast person that's going to tell you the ropes, okay? Tell you how
Mhm.
you got to learn how to kiss. Yeah, so I learned from the streets. I mean,
It's one in
it
every
was what it
grade.
was. Yeah, but
Well, I missed out on all of that. I didn't get any of that experience. So everything I learned was from Google and personal
Oh, bless your
experience.
heart.
I just
listen,
feel
you
like
gotta do
I've
what you gotta do in
always
these streets.
you do, I've always been this way, always been gay, and I don't think my parents really knew how to navigate that, what to
Yep.
talk
Mhm.
about. And then I grew up as a very private child too. So I kept a lot of stuff to myself. I did not express my sexuality. I didn't express what I felt, what I thought, any of that stuff. So
Mhm.
everybody was very confused on what I thought, which is probably a lot of my fault. But yeah,
Right.
I'm glad that y'all had
So
that great life
do you have
experience.
siblings?
That's what
I
I was about
do.
to ask.
Oh, you do?
But
Did you did they
younger.
teach you anything? Oh, they're younger.
Hmm.
Okay, so my two sisters are older, but we're like CSF. So, but then my two sisters are older. My brother is younger. It's a 10-year difference between me and my brother, right?
Mhm.
And so my sisters, I mean, they ain't really teach. They taught the message that my mother taught and that message was don't get pregnant. And I'm
Mhm.
Hmm.
like, oh, okay, well, but what does that mean? Like, like,
How does that work?
How does that
Mhm.
happen?
like,
I
don't get
I
pregnant and don't bring no baby home. Yeah, go ahead.
well, no, my
Like
mom
you're
told
gonna
me.
be pregnant and just arrive home with the baby. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, my mom talked to me about everything, but when I got ready to go get birth control pills, I didn't tell her that. I was like in maybe the 11th grade, and back then they didn't have a HIPAA law, So she had a friend that worked at the clinic I went to, and she was a nurse.
And she
How
snitched.
about with her nosy self, calls my mama and tell her that I was at the clinic getting birth control.
And she snitched. But you want to know what? You want to know what, Juanita, back in the day? That's
Mm,
what the neighborhood did.
yep,
That's what
yep,
you couldn't get away with nothing.
They still
You
do
couldn't
it
get away with
even with HIPAA.
anything.
right.
Huh?
They still do it even with HIPAA.
They taking
Because
a big risk.
they know your family's not gonna let you sue. They know your family's not gonna let you sue them. They still do it even with HIPAA.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
yeah, yes, come on now. Don't get pregnant and don't bring no baby home. Come on now. That's what they said. I'm like, okay, if that's gonna help me. Yeah, listen, Sin, my mama was a warden too, but 100% everything I learned was from the streets and from the school. And my mother she said very little to me, but it wasn't much. I had to learn in these streets. I had to learn in the streets. The streets taught me. And I mean, it is the streets and my girlfriend. And I had a girlfriend in college. Yeah. So I have some girlfriends where they tell the PG story and some will tell PG-13 story to me. Some will tell the X story to me and some will tell the X-rated story to me. I had one girlfriend that she give you every last detail and you'd be like, okay, whoa, okay. Like he's like, no, what you gotta do is
Ooh.
yeah, and she was into demonstration and exhibits and all of that. Yeah, a girlfriend of mine. Yeah, we was very good friends. But that's you learn where you learn from. I don't know what to say, but go ahead, Maria.
So I had a question. Jump back to the period party.
Yes.
So my confusion with the period party was I was under the impression that this was a Tisha's event, right? So it was just
I think it was the woman that was sitting. She was a beautiful woman too, right? With the haircut really close,
yes.
beautiful.
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling it was her. Like she does those parties, and Tisha was like the guest of honor, so to speak, since she's the name.
Yeah, Tisha
That's
might have booked the party through her.
yeah, that's what
Okay.
I got. Cause and here's the thing too. Tisha is not the best. Yeah, she sponsored the event. Okay.
Okay.
Tisha's
Okay.
not
Okay.
the
Okay.
best speaker, but I
No.
love the way that you know what she brings good messages to Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Hmm.
It was a good party. It was a
Yeah.
good party. And it needs to be had. I get a lot now when they go on their trips and stuff. I get a lot of good ideas. I'm like, oh wow, that's a good idea. Or sometimes I try to look up the place where they go to because some of the
Hmm.
places I'm like, wow, that is really nice. I would like to go visit there.
Hmm.
So I get different ideas from them, and I think other people probably do too. So if there's other people out in the world that can start giving these little parties.
That would
But I
be
think they should name
wonderful.
it something other than the period party.
Yeah, that was
Hmm.
Yeah, I
fine.
didn't like the
Yeah.
name. Yeah, the
Yeah,
name was like the first thing I started thinking about was, ugh. But I know it's a natural thing, but I was like, can we give it a different name? But I thought it was a good. No, what else has Tisa done? Oh, see, don't do that, Sid.
You could have named it the cycle
I'm
party.
trying to get. I put in 20 on 10. Now you doing me like a boy here. Listen, come on, don't do that to her. Don't do that to her. It was supposed to be a teaching moment, but no teaching was done. She's just like to throw parties and wants all the accolades as well. Oh
Yes.
my God, Toria. She
Thank you,
tried. She
Toria.
tried. Listen, it was a good deed. The nutritionist spoke for whatever that was
Yeah.
worth.
hmm,
They had a doctor there and they got some products. They got some feminine products. So they tried. They tried. But you know what, Roy, I wanted to jump back really quickly with you. So did you at one point just sit down and tell your parents, or you just felt like everybody just kind of knew and y'all never addressed it?
Oh my gosh, I should do a YouTube video about this.
You should.
yeah.
It's never been something that's been addressed. Never. I feel
Really?
like everybody just always knew. I've always been this way. I've never um had a manly side, if you want to call it that. I don't know.
Okay.
Um, I'm me. I've always been me. I've always been flamboyant, just
Right.
happy go lucky me. And I feel like the older I get, the more it's just like, that's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never been something that they've tried to beat out of me or church me out of or
Right.
anything like that. I think it is what it is. They know they had me and I'm their child and they my parents and it is what it is. And I've never felt neglected or anything like that. I think I've
Hmm.
said this before. I've always been in therapy my whole life, so it wasn't something that wasn't talked about. But also, things happened to me as a child, so um,
Mm-hmm.
it made me. It does something different for everybody. For me, it made me very promiscuous at a very young age.
Mm.
Oh,
So learning on my own was hard. It
Mm-hmm.
was rough.
Yeah.
But here I am. I feel like I turned out pretty good. I'm 28. I survive on my own. I have a job full time, work for the county.
And very intelligent.
Yes,
Thank
you are.
you.
Yes, you are. And thanks for sharing. But God bless your parents. Um, because is just in general, just being able to talk about different things, or because a lot of people are, unfortunately, they're not accepted,
Mm-hmm.
and the family doesn't know how to deal with it.
Right.
And you
Mhm.
said, it's just, you're just, oh,
And I
hugs
have
to
family
you.
members like that. I have family members. So funny thing is, I have a lot of gay people in my family. But some of their parents are not accepting. Some of them parents, they put them out. Some parents
oh,
don't talk to them. I have cousins that don't talk to me. Um, I had a cousin that he put me in his wedding, and then when he really found out, because I'm not one to just be like, "Oh, I'm gay." I mean, if you know,
Yeah,
you know. If you don't, you don't. Whatever.
right.
But he put me out of his wedding because he didn't agree with it. And it is what it
Mm.
is. Unfortunately, it's been something that I was bullied about my whole life. So at this stage of my life, it does not bother me. I'm comfortable with who I am. I know who God
Mm-hmm.
created me to be. And I just live my life. Happy go lucky me.
And God loves you the way
Yeah,
you are.
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. And you and
People
you
people
and you
try to throw religion up there, but God loves all of his children.
Child,
come on
who?
now.
And when you come from the church, they really just
Some churches.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mel,
the
Mel,
church will tear
Mel
you
Brick.
down.
Yeah.
But
Mel Briggs, thanks for saying that. Roya, you're more than pretty good. Thank you for trusting us to share your story. Yes, thank
oh,
you.
thank you guys. I love y'all.
Aw. So Hi said I have a gay uncle. He's in his 70s and he came out way back in the day. Wow. Now see, that's shocking. I
that's
have so
very
much respect
shocking.
for him because of his courage. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a
Mm-hmm.
lot of courage. And so there's so many, what's hard about YouTube is we gotta watch our wording, and that's the hard part sometimes with having like certain discussions. But you touched on a point where you are correct. When it's when somebody is touched, and if
Mm-hmm.
everybody can kind of just follow what I'm saying, yes,
Mm-hmm.
it can go. It usually goes two extreme ways, right? At least it either goes to one extreme where you become very promiscuous, or goes to another extreme where you just kind of go within yourself, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, we can have a lot of discussion on that. And so, not to get so deeply into this, but maybe we'll try to see if we can do a whole nother, just a live on this particular subject. But I will
Mm-hmm.
say
Hmm.
this. So for me, with my son, because the things that in my life, I decided when it was no longer going to be yes, withdrawal. Thank you, Sin. That's the word I was trying to look for too. I decided when, it was no longer going to be me and his father, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hold back because I didn't want a lot of different people coming in and out of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to risk maybe something happening to him
Mm-hmm.
because, people, not, I don't want to say all people because it's never everybody in the world, right? But people are disgusting, dirty, and nasty. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have no problem violating people. And what people don't understand is when you violate someone like that, you rob them of so much.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you rip their soul away. It's
Mm-hmm.
a lot. It's a
Their
lot.
innocence. You lose your innocence.
You
You
lose
lose
your
your
And that
innocence.
innocence.
affects, believe it or not, it affects
Um,
you mentally.
it
Yes.
does. You
Yes.
lose your innocence. It affects you mentally, even to this day. And not to make this about me, because this is not about me at all.
Right.
But even to this day, sometimes, if you touch me a certain way, it'll make me very uncomfortable. I don't
Yeah.
like to be hugged. Um, there're just certain things that are turn ons and turn offs.
Yeah.
And I even have had periods in my life where I just completely shut down and introverted into myself because I didn't know how else to deal
To deal with it. Mm-hmm.
with it. So it's stages. It's
Yes.
stages,
Yes.
but
Yes.
if you have gone through that, y'all know I'm an advocate. I always want to be an advocate for everything. If you have gone through that, go to therapy, get your help, talk about it, really deal with it. And I'll be honest with you, it never goes away. It never
Yeah.
goes away. The older you get, the more you transition. You just have to deal with those feelings. You have to deal with those emotions in a healthy
Hmm.
way. For a
Yeah.
very long time, I didn't do it in a healthy way, and it was detrimental to my life. So
Mm-hmm.
do your
Yeah.
work. Do your work.
Well, well, yeah,
You
I am
know
so
that.
proud of you. I am
Yes.
so proud of you.
Thank
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Affects them for a lifetime. Wholeheartedly, most certainly, it definitely does, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but the thing is, just therapy works. And listen, I probably should write a book, but I always say this to people: your feelings need a home,
Mm-hmm.
and when you keep them inside of you, they will wreak so much havoc.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
kills
that's
you.
yeah, and that's what's going on a lot with Destiny too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they tell you to journal. That's why they tell you, even when you have a dream, not just for something like this, even when you have dreams, if you read any book about being successful with following your dreams, they telling you write it down
Right.
because you got to give birth to it. You got to give birth to that thing. And
Write the vision and
sometimes,
make it plain.
yes, and sometimes you got to give birth and expel that bad thing that's in you so you can move past it and let it go. You
Mm-hmm.
journal, talk to somebody, but you gotta get it
Let it
out.
out.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but I do, and I often wonder now, not all of them, because sometimes they say, people who do things like that. And guys, the only reason why I'm not mentioning words, because you too, but people who do things like that, some of them it was done to them.
To them,
And
exactly.
my thing is too that if it was done to you and you know how bad it hurt, why would you do
Why
that
would
to
you do it to
somebody else?
somebody else? Mm-hmm.
It just kills me. But I don't think all of them it was done to them. I think some of them is just evil, wicked, and dirty. I do. But
And,
that's
and
just me.
this doesn't
Bye.
justify it or excuse it at all because it's no excuse at all. But for some people who it is done to, they find people who are vulnerable.
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's not their intention to hurt because they don't know that they're hurting
Yeah.
others, especially when it's young.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I
I'm
know.
trying to say so much without saying so
I
much
No,
without
know.
I
Yeah.
know.
catching the
And
drift.
listen.
We read
I'm
between the
following you.
lines.
I'm following you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
following you. But that is a whole. But this is what saddens me too, is that there's so many people impacted by this situation, and I'm just wondering, like, how do we stop it, and how do we break the cycle? All I can say, yes, predators, yes. All I can say to parents is, and sometimes, listen, it's people's biological father or
Mm-hmm.
mother,
Relatives or
so,
uncles.
but yeah, but I will say this, that when you decide to become a parent, it's a big responsibility. And okay, if and that and listen, we ain't preaching tonight, but the premises of why they say you should wait till you get married. It should be you and your spouse or your husband or whoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is simply because they want to try to read out all of this other shenanigans. And I'm
Right.
not saying that a husband can't do it or whatever, but for the most part, they're trying to read out these shenanigans. So then when you have a mother who has maybe a daughter or two daughters and a son, and now that spouse or that partner has left, and now this mother is dating, and now this man may come in and he may be looking at the daughters, or he may be looking at the daughters and your son. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's a lot. And then you may go to sleep, or you're trusting them, right? You thinking you could trust them. You could just run to the store. Like when a
Right.
predator is a predator, you could be at the store for 10 minutes and they will do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many conversations we can have on this. Roya, thanks for sharing. I mean,
Yes.
because it's
Yes.
not
Mm-hmm.
easy, and you never know who you helping out there, because
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it is a lot to deal with, and people do end up going either way of the spectrum.
Right.
And
Right.
then
Mm-hmm.
the partners for individuals that this happened to, God bless them, because they have to deal with a lot too when dealing
Mm-hmm.
with you as a person
And
because
so
of
that's what we're
everything
working
that
on
you went through.
now. That's what we're working on
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
And y'all, honestly, this does not hurt me. This does not bother me. I'm an open book, literally.
right.
That's what we're working on now. I'm 28. I've never been in a relationship. I don't know how to be in a relationship, and so currently in therapy now, I am learning how to be in a healthy love. A relationship that's not a friendship or anything like that, but an
Got
actual,
you.
committed
Love
Right.
relationship.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're working on that, and it affects those things, y'all. It really, really does. You know, even when you deal with it at a young age, going to therapy and stuff like that and dealing with it, as you get older, you have to continue to do the work because, like I said, the older you get, when things like that happen as a child, we don't
Mm-hmm.
realize how far down the line it's going to affect us until we get down the line and then we're like,
Mm-hmm.
well, damn, excuse me. Well,
Yeah.
dang, like,
Hey,
they,
that's all
they
right.
they they rob part of your future, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have to go to therapy to figure out how to get it back.
gotta
They do.
get
Right.
it
They
back.
rob part of your future. And listen, R. Kelly is R. Kelly, but at the end of the day, it happened to R. Kelly at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
and he is one of the extremes of what you can turn out to be if
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
you don't get therapy for that thing that happened yesterday.
Right.
Mhm.
So it happened to him, and it veered off on a whole nother level with him.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I really believe it started when they accused the sister of doing it to him.
Oh,
Um, so you go down that wicked path, and some people end up being on alcohol, drugs,
Mm-hmm.
all because that thing, it messed up your mind.
Mhm.
we
It's
can we can have a
tormenting.
conversation.
Yeah,
We can have a
yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Yeah. Back
We'll have
oh
to
yes,
do that
and
one
back
day,
in the
Diva.
day they
Maybe we
tried to
can do
keep it
a
hush hush. Yes, go ahead.
maybe we can do a private on your community with your community. Maybe we can do some, a
Yeah, we
conversation for those
probably
who are
we
interested
probably
in,
could.
because I feel
Yeah,
like that's definitely a conversation that needs to be had.
Yes.
We got that's the only way to fix these problems and to really
Mm-hmm.
deal with them is to talk about it. There's so much in our community, not even as black people, but in the community as a world that
hmm,
Mm-hmm.
we deal with. And because we're not communicating about it, nothing's being done. So you feel like you're going through it alone. Like
yes you
when I was
do.
a kid, I thought I was the only one this way, y'all. Like
Mm-mm.
it wasn't
Mm-mm.
talked about, it wasn't acceptable. By the time I was getting out of high school and 13, it just started becoming acceptable in a thing to talk about, and we can post and talk about it, and it's okay to be this way. Coming up in school, it was not okay,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't talked about in our communities. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only way to do better. You know
Yes.
better
Right.
when you do better.
Right.
You do better when you know better.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
that
I'm gonna have to leave, but this was a good conversation. Roy Air, I mean, I admire you because it takes a lot to come out with the story that with your life story, and
hmm,
I just love you, Sebastian. I love you, Diva. I love all of y'all, and I really enjoy the show. So I'm
Thank
going
you,
to
Juanita.
sign out,
Okay.
and y'all have a blessed night.
Love
You
you, Miss
also
Juanita. Have a good night.
have a
Bye
good night.
bye.
So, shade in the hood. I don't know much about this. You said mental health varies from person to person. Yes, you struggle with disassociation every day. I have to look that up. I don't know anything about that. But shade in the hood, thank you for sharing. Yeah, I don't know anything about that particular diagnosis that you just mentioned there. In Jesus' name, it's already done. Amen. Roya, you got this. I want us to talk if possible. It's just something about your energy. I'm picking up a sweet soul. Oh, Keisha.
Thank
Oh,
you.
nice. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
These people,
Diva,
yes.
dissociation, like, you know how, like, the human mind, like, sometimes when you're dealing with, like, too much stress, or, like, you're dealing with too much things going at once,
Mm-hmm.
and your mind just, like, puts you in a space where, like, you don't know what's happening at all. Like, you just completely, like, leave what's happening.
Mm.
So that's what disassociation is.
Your mind tries to protect you, and then you're kind of like removed from everything, so
Yes,
to
but
speak.
some people have it to the extreme where it constantly happens even without going through stress and stuff.
Yeah. So Leah, yeah, you're right. They taking something that don't belong to them. Yeah. Roy, you remind me of my young cousin. He can learn from you. Oh, see, Roy, your words here. You saving the people.
Thank
Generational
you.
abuse. Yeah. You know what's saying? Yes, yes, yes. Imagine what we went through. Yeah. Imagine. Roya, you remind. Okay, I saw that. It was big. Yeah, because you know what? Back in the day, even when you did go tell your parents something like that, because some people was the uncle. It was like, okay, he can't go to jail. So y'all rather he not go to jail and not pay for what he did, and potentially damage 900 other people. So you saving him, and you not protecting all of these people that he's about to damage. Like it, but that was just the community back then. It's very sad. It's like, no, we know that everybody knew Uncle so and so was sick, and they let it go on, right?
That happened to someone in my family, but my family did not play those games of not talking about it. He
Hmm.
made sure his ass was incarcerated.
Well, that's good. A lot of times is not, and a lot of times people don't tell until years later.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a lot of time people don't tell until years later. And then sometimes you have the parents who they have an idea, but then they don't know how to talk about it either. It's a lot.
And
It's
sometimes
a
it has
lot.
happened to them and they don't know how to, like, navigate it for themselves. So, like,
Right,
when it happens to
right.
someone else, they obviously just dismiss it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, that was Love and Marriage Huntsville. And like we said, real stuff. It was really reality TV. I'm looking forward to see how this thing pans out. I'm looking forward to see that now that they're all about to find out about Kimmy diagnosis, are they going to keep with the petty, or will they all kind of rally around her and realize that they're fighting and what they're fighting about is nothing in comparison to what Kimmy is going through in real life. I am one, you have to do something really, really bad to me for me not to forgive you. Because like you, Royer, I'm queen of therapy, okay? Queen of therapy. And one therapist told me that the more you don't forgive and you hold in stuff, it's only hurting you. And
Mm.
so and I never forget, she said to me that, sometimes people think when you forgive, it's like you are accepting what happened to you, or you're condoning what happened to you. Um, there's peace in forgiveness. Um, you can forgive and never talk to the person again. That's good. They don't, and they're
That's what
thinking,
I
like,
do.
oh, yeah, they're thinking, oh, you forgave me, but why you not talk to me? I forgave you, but I'm no fool. I'm not going to let you keep walking on over me. Okay. You could have stole my $100 out my bag. I'm gonna forgive you, but I'm good. I don't need to be around you no more because I like to leave my bag just laying around, and I can't trust that you're not gonna go back in there and steal from me again. So
That part.
I think that we can learn to forgive and let go and move on, because it's going to help us and we could be better off, right? And our life will prosper. And we also got to, like you said, trust your instinct. And another person that I love, I think I told many people, I read a lot of motivational stuff. And one of my absolute faves, he is no longer alive, but his name is Dr. Wayne Dyer. This man saved my life single-handedly, because when most of his books, he tell you live in the now, because you cannot do anything about yesterday. You don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow, but you know you're here at this particular moment. So live in the now and forget about yesterday, because you cannot correct or change the past. And so if you ever want to read a good book, in terms of like how you can just get your life together, read Dr. Wayne Dyer. Another thing that I like is there's frequencies. There's a whole theory on why the radio is at 3H. And listen, I'm not big on, I don't know how to really explain it to you. You got to read up on it. 3HZ hertz or whatever the case may be. They tell you that certain frequencies of music will do different things to you. And so you can listen to other frequencies of music, and it will kind of heal you, your mind, body, and soul. So
That's
let me
why I
just
stopped listening to. Oh Lord, I'm gonna get dragged in the chat, but it's okay. That's why I stopped listening to Beyonce.
why?
There's certain low
What
there's there's certain frequencies that have certain impacts in your life, not just Beyonce, even certain rap music and certain hip hop. I stopped listening to it is due to the fact of these frequencies. And this we talked about this in like high school physics about how the mind can react to these things. So I've stopped listening. This whole new album that she dropped, I haven't
you will
listened to
break?
one
You don't like
song.
you will break my soul? You can't
That's
break
the
my
only
soul?
song. I only listened like 2 minutes of it. But like anything else, I haven't heard anything at all. I
All
know
right,
the
Sebastian,
Beehive
we
are
got to
gonna
talk
come
about that
kill me.
another day. Hold on, Sebastian. Ms. Wilson said there's a video on YouTube of a young girl that told her mother her boyfriend was touching her, and the mother blamed her. Yeah, I heard stories
Match.
like
Yeah,
that.
I saw that video.
I
Um,
did see
Most of those
that.
people are detached from the real life. Kimmy is not. She's in touch with her reality because of her career. Yes, perhaps so. We be having some good combo besides the reviews. I'm loving this space. Oh, Leslie, thank you. With therapy, it's an uphill battle, and you need to address it until you discover the source of your pain. 100%, 100%. Until the pain lessens on both. Shades in the hood, you hit the nail on the head. I do agree with you on that. Sometimes it's not about forgiving, simply distancing yourself from the chaos. Yeah, you know what, Lee, and I understand that, but forgiveness is a self thing. It's for yourself. It's really not even about the other person.
You
You
don't have to
forgive
tell the
for
person you forgave them. You could just
how?
forgive them in your heart. You don't have to tell the person that you forgave them. You could just forgive them in your heart so you can move on and just
Yep.
exclude that person from your life, which is what I've done so many times. I've done it so many times because trust me, when I went to college, I knew that's where I figured out who was my real friends in high school.
It happens, right? You forgive yourself. That way they can't have any power over you in your life. Evelyn, I think exactly what Sebastian just said too. We're here for you at Shades in the Hood. Yes, we are Shades in the Hood. Thank you for sharing too. Shades in the Hood. Yes, thank you, DGF627. Wayne Dyer also had many lectures on PBS, and he has a website. Yes, he has passed away, but yes, Wayne Dyer, absolute one of my faves. I feel like he single-handedly, I never met him a day in my life, but I feel like he saved this. Like, Diva, you're going to get Sebastian stoned. I'm sorry, don't listen, because you talk about the Beehive is coming for you, Sebastian. But I can't stop
Yeah.
Sebastian. Over here, you got to be free to say what you want. There you go. Thank you, Pamela. 432 HZ for sleep meditation or help your mood. Yes, I read a whole book on this type of situation. But if you're really interested, everybody go look it up. But it'll tell you different frequencies that you can listen to heal your body, heal your mind, heal your soul, to meditate. And I'm here to tell you it absolutely works. So listen, guys, great conversation. But it's reality TV, and we like to keep it real over here. And if it bears off in another way, the conversation, I'm here for it. I love it. Okay, I
Well,
love
this
it. And
conversation still correlates to what's happening with
yeah, but
you right now.
you know what though too, Sebastian. Even when it don't correlate, we
We
like it.
love
We
it.
here for it
That's true.
because we keep it real over here. Oh, Wayne Dye not share our. Okay, I like it. I love it. So listen,
Mhm.
guys, hit me up in my email. I think this is a conversation that we're going to have separately, maybe on a trending topics or one of my days where I have a free day. I just got to figure out how do we move around certain words, but
Mhm.
we'll figure it out together. But I
You
would like
probably
to
gonna
have.
have to have it. You probably should have it members only, and then like
Mhm,
edit it so you
mhm.
go to the
Oh, and
general.
then you can post it. Yeah.
Then I could post it. Maybe we will do that. We're gonna figure
Yeah.
it out, but we'll definitely do it.
But
We'll definitely have the conversation. Go ahead. What was you gonna say, Maria?
like I said, I'm an advocate. I know some people were saying they wanted to talk to me. If you would like to chat with me, you can hit me up on Facebook on at Royer, Royaire. I was trying to put it in the chat, but my messages aren't going through for some reason. But
Really?
Roy, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but
No, we need
R
that in the chat.
yeah, just how it's spelled on my name down there. Royaire Franklin. Royer Franklin. Hit me up on Facebook. And I'll be more than glad to chat. Like I said, I'm an open book. I'm an uplifter. I'm an encourager. So don't come with no negative stuff because I will let you know about yourself.
Oh,
But if you want to love talk, if someone's in your
Right.
life trying to figure out what lane they belong in and need some advice or whatever, hit me up. I'm more than a willing vessel to help whomever needs it.
Oh, listen, Roya, your parents did an amazing job.
Thank
You're good
you.
people. You're good
Thank
people.
you.
And you know what I like about Sharon. Listen, none of us are perfect. We all did some things, been there, done that. Okay. Okay. And our sharing can help somebody go down the right path. Thank you, Sin. I appreciate that. I appreciate your help, Sin. Love you. When we talk, we're helping somebody. And like
Mhm.
Kimmy said, if we help one person, we done did the darn thing. Okay,
That's
I
right.
love it. That's Diva. Do you need a podcast? Diva, you do
Right.
need a podcast. Listen, listen. Yes, 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 yes. It's all spiritual. We got this here, guys. We had it. Listen, this today's Wednesday. I had fun. I had a good time
I
with
had
y'all.
fun too,
Yes, we had a good
and I behaved.
conversation.
I
Yes.
behaved today.
Wait, what did you say?
I behaved today.
You did behave, and that's hard for you.
It was. It was. It was so hard.
Roy, they're giving you another job, Roy.
Where you need to be a therapist. Listen, so y'all, that's so funny because I wanted to be a therapist when I was growing up, but then once I got into high school and started going to college and realized I didn't like school, it just didn't. But I'm here to encourage and give spiritual advice. I promise you, I ain't gonna tell you nothing that's gonna send you down the wrong lane. I can guarantee you that. And
But you want
anything that I don't know, I will find somebody that do know and will get you the proper help that you need. And that I can tell you as well, because I got connections. Trust me.
amen. Well, amen. But you know what, Roy? There's outside of like getting a degree. I don't know the certificate. There you
Life
go.
coaching.
Thank you.
Someone's
Come
telling me
on,
about life coach.
Sin.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Sin. Yes.
Thank you, Sin. Listen, I'm thinking stuff and
Not y'all
boom, now you're
manifesting on
talking.
here for me tonight. Y'all
Yeah,
better listen.
we doing stuff. We do. Yeah, you never too old ever. Yes, yes, but yes, definitely that life coach. Do a segment on YouTube. Therapy where Roy. Yeah, I know, right? Call him with the question. Yeah, I'm shading the hood. We're going to do something. I gotta figure out a way that we're going to do it, but we're going to do something. Yes, and you're in my brain, and I love it. Okay. But we definitely, y'all gave me a nice yes. That's it. A life coach. Yes, yes, yes. And this is, you at least should be a real one. Some of these people out here, they frauds. They fraudulent. They ain't
What's the
helping
one Sheree
nobody.
has? Sheree
Huh?
has one. Sheree has one. I couldn't stand him.
Well, that's a whole nother story. But guys,
Yeah.
this is another conversation that will be a to be continued, because I think a lot of people will have something to say. And we're gonna figure out how to do this and get it done, but we will definitely have it. So thanks for being here. Tomorrow night is Thursday. Thursday, I really think I'm doing a trending topic. I'm not sure yet, but I'm most likely probably do a trending topic. Friday, listen, guys, come through on Friday. We're doing early because I don't know what next week is going to look like for me. But with Curves, we are doing a gratefulness, thankful show. I think it's going to be amazing. So stop by. And Sunday, Dr. Boogie, look him up, people. He's over 30 years in the business. Dr. Boogie, celebrity hairstylist. He's going to come through and talk here to us, okay? And hopefully he can tell me how by next year this time, my fro will be taking up 90% of this cream, okay?
And you're more hair.
And I promise y'all this. I promise y'all this. When that fro is that size, I'm gonna be a mess in these streets, okay? Y'all not gonna be able to tell me nothing. All right.
Listen, D,
So
when you
anyway,
let me know,
guys,
we can do it together. I'll take
we're
this
gonna be
down
a
and
mess.
chop it all up.
We're gonna take on these streets, okay? And listen, ain't nothing to get on no play. So listen,
Period.
guys, love y'all. Have a good night. Don't forget, hit the like button, help the diva out. Hit the like button, okay? Just hit the like button. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Bye, everybody.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
I